I'm trying to think in my head if there's anything I need to say before I just kind of get into it. Anyone have anything they want to say? Hey, it's an eternity.
Yeah, we're back.
First official session.
Yes.
Fuck yeah.
You may or may not have listened to the Session Zero thing. It was kind of just nothing too important.
Only where our characters are.
Only everything that's happened. But yeah, I guess I should recap what happened last time. Local amnesiacs woke up on a ship with nobody on it except for them. After putzing around for a while and fighting and wandering around an empty ship, they met with the co-pilot of the Eternity, which was the name of the ship that they were on. All said and done, there was a living apocalypse on the ship. You guys handled it.
We all had a bad time.
Yeah, everybody kind of had a bad time. Space stuff happened. You guys fought a machete-wielding psycho from space. After discovering the living apocalypse and handling it, the big reveal that the co-pilot of the ship was actually the creator/owner of the ship, Francis Wilson, who had at some point transferred his consciousness into that of computer, effectively turning him into some sort of like lich, techno-lich.
Techno used to.
Techno the Lich?
And then he played a song, made all you guys pass out, and then pieced off to somewhere. We don't know where. But you guys do know where you ended up.
Yeah.
It is on a planet. A very deserty planet. Very Mad Max meets Wild West kind of planet. With snowy-like sand on it.
Can we go through just a very brief description of our characters?
Yes, we will. We will in a moment.
Okay.
Don't rush me, okay?
No.
I'm getting back into the swing of things. I said this last time, but I will say it again. I'm not a very good DM. That being said, I think that's the... Is that everything as far as the recap goes? Right? I'm not missing anything.
I will also say... Yes, Fish does own
the ship.
And then we are not playing Starfinder this time.
Yeah, we're not playing
Without a Number,
Starfinder.
if you didn't catch our other...
Yeah. Stars Without Number.
Although we are still using elements of...
Yes.
Yeah. The whole setting is homebrewed, so... It's a big old soup. Just like the universe. Yep, in time. Alright. We'll start. Should I have... Yeah, let us begin.
Yeah.
Out in the reaches of space, beyond any well-known Federation or galactic empire, there is a ship currently being dismantled, orbiting a planet, most likely going under the same thing. Because these four idiots, local amnesiacs, are on this planet. A town with no name, because it's the only one, well, really, that anyone knows about on the planet. Bustling and lively, despite the seemingly out-of-the-way location of the planet. The docks of this planet have ships coming and going. 3 spires seem to be the most consistent, as those are the ones from the ship Eternity. being used to ferry pieces up and pieces down. Pulling into town on a hover bike with a blade digging into the sand, the very snow, almost water-like sand. Just before hitting the hard rock, the blade pulls up to the back of the hover bike as the actuators kick onto the harder surface underneath, and there's a slight jostle before the bike operates in its normal methods. And atop it, a relatively large female half-orc in a long, worn duster and a wide-brimmed hat steps off, taking a look at the town around her. Everything's as it should be. People are fighting. That guy in the corner might be dead. But the best thing of all, nobody seems to be paying her any mind as she pulls off a corpse from the back of the bike. Nate, explain your character.
Alright.
Well, Austin, explain your character, Nate.
I'm Nate. I am.
Hi, Nate.
And I play
Dad.
Austin.
I was like, I thought we were gonna do the Alcohol's Anonymous, hello, Dave.
Hello, Nate.
Alright, I'm resigning from the podcast.
Fair enough. Have a nice day.
I am Nade, female, half-orc, a bounty hunter. I am an expert with explosives and punching shit that gets me mad. And a lot of shit gets me mad.
Mm-hmm. In fact, your latest bounty that you pulled in made you very mad, and you proceeded to punch a hole into his face.
Anything that takes me out into that fucking desert and then makes me have to, wade through sand pisses me off. The sand feels nice, but not when it's in my boots.
I hate sand.
It's coarse.
Rough and coarse and gets everywhere.
It chafes easy.
Alright. Nate, you were presented, after hoisting this corpse onto your shoulder, you're presented with two options, at least, three you see in your head, of either taking this to Sheriff Colt, or a little ways down the road there is your garage. You could go and see what Techno's up to. Also, there's a myriad of bars nearby you could also just go to with a dead body.
My plan usually, when I bring back bodies...
2 drinks. One for me, one for him. Just set him up on the stool.
But then she just gugs both of them.
What I usually do,
Pour one out for the homies.
I'll go over to Holt,
After chat.
get the bounty, and then I'm gonna go drag Techno out of that fucking garage. Where he's probably doing his weird fucking music or whatever, and drink.
Alright.
After a shower to get all this sand off me.
As you walk, after locking your bike and walking just a little ways across the street, the main thoroughfare of the town here, the spurs on your boots jingling and jangling, despite the fact that you have no use for spurs.
It is absolutely aesthetic.
But being a true half-orc, the idea of wearing spikes on your feet is...
Hell yeah.
It calls to you.
Hell yeah.
And so you step into the, seemingly, as of right now, quiet sheriff's office, expecting to see Sheriff Colt there, but instead you see the young man, Donovan. It would be a stretch to say that he's a deputy. It's more like he's doing temp work to be a deputy. He has no official capacity, but he's the one that's in there. There's nobody else. And he seems to be deep into reading something on a data pad.
Good. I just kind of go over and I kick the desk a bit.
Miss Nate. So good to see you.
Yeah.
What?
I'm sure. Where's Colt?
Oh, he looks behind him, and there's a communications room that normally has a window on it, where you can see into it. The window's been blocked off. He's in there again for it's been about 3 hours now. I could knock.
The fuck's he doing in there?
I don't know. This has become a relatively common occurrence, at least in the past couple days. Colt, every time you've come in, Colt has been either just finished with, or just about to, or already in this communications room, locking himself in there for hours at a time. Donovan gets up and vainly tries to peek through the window to see if he can see anything, and then knocks on the door and Mr. Colt, Nade's here. I think she's got a body.
Thanks.
Yeah. You
wave with the guy.
Yeah. You hear the locks, the electronic locks on the door unlock and then open up, and Colt comes out, kind of a gruff, cowboy-looking guy. The aesthetic, he matches the aesthetic of the town to a T. He comes out and immediately looks at the body and goes, "Ah, hell, Nade."
What the fuck do you expect me to do? He goes out into the fucking sand and then wades out into the damn place.
I expect you to try and keep him alive.
How do you know I didn't?
Puts the body.
Well, if you look at and he grabs the data pad off the desk and pulls up the man's wanted poster, which said "dead or alive." If you look here at his mugshot, he has a face.
Well, that was before he upset me.
Alright, whatever.
I didn't use my big style on him, okay?
Thank God for that.
Yeah, there was bits of him to bring back.
He bends down and grabs the man's hand and runs his hand across a small side of the data pad, extracting some DNA from it to make sure that it's the actual person. First off, you've never had a bounty that you haven't brought in. The problem is that you tend to choose bounties that are dead or alive and opt for the dead. So this is more of like a formality as opposed to any sort of like him not trusting that you brought the right guy back or anything like that. So he stands up and he goes, Donovan, can you go and get like a coroner or a cook or I don't know, some mad scientist, get someone in here to get this body out of here. Oh, yes, sir. And he runs out. Colt goes over and starts to sit down at his computer and starts to get some credits out for you. In the meantime, this is a fairly standard, well, you imagine, fairly standard sheriff's office. There's a screen, television type thing on one wall that shows local news, which is horribly out of date, and it seems to just be going over and over and over again. But the only thing that you care about is the bounties that are normally up. Oddly enough, there really isn't anything up here. Normally there's like tons of bounties, because obviously this whole place is filled with people doing crime. But oddly enough, there's just not a whole lot of bounties. Almost everything on here is like nothing you would be interested in. Usually it's like a payment for like moving something, like helping someone move or whatever, stuff like that. So nothing that involves killing anybody, nothing that involves tracking like a person down. It seems kind of dull for the moment.
Not a lot comes through here right now, huh?
Yeah, I had a few people come in and want me to post some things up, but I've been busy.
Yeah.
He stands up and hands you a little credit stick with 200 credits on it.
Take it. Yeah, what the fuck is up with that? What's with the room?
I don't know. I've been getting weird communications from strangers. I don't know if you remember it, but when you and your party there landed, there was the Empire of the Burning Star. They were here. They don't usually come here because it's a bit out of the way, but they've been uncharacteristically keeping tabs, and it's stressful to say the least. I don't even know why I'm telling you about it. It doesn't matter. Not your concern. Don't worry about it. I've got things handled.
I mean, I wasn't really poking into it. Just wondering what was up. Seems weird though. You want to get a drink in a minute?
Afraid I can't. Sadly, you kind of caught me in the middle of something.
Those nerds in the Burning Star.
If you are looking for work, no one else has gotten a hold of this yet. I was about to put it up, but you know, Grimy Gary hangs out at the tub a lot.
Yeah, is it Grimy Gary or Grimiest Gary?
No, neither of those two. Old Grimy Gary, inspector guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, he came in and started rambling for like 4 or 5 hours at me.
Oh, I thought he was the target.
No. Apparently he has a job.
He has money?
Apparently. I don't know if maybe he's just been saving it up. I've never seen him, like, living anywhere, so I'm just going to assume that he saved all his money up or killed somebody.
Yeah, I was about to say, I'll bet you 5 credits there's a bounty for him in a week.
But there's a cool 480 credits for this job, I think. I think it's a job. I don't know. It was a little hard to piece together what he was talking about, but he was saying that he had a mine and that people need killing or he needs people to work the mine. I don't know.
I'm good at exactly one of those things.
I'll just say, why don't you go ahead and he writes something up and emails it to you. Sends it to you. Just of like what it's like a post-it notes worth of information of like, old Grimy Gary needs some help with something. Go talk to him when you got some free time, and find out what the job is about. See if you want to take it or not.
All right.
I figured I'd give you a bit of a head start because I imagine Axel's gonna be hot on your tails, especially with how sparse the jobs are today.
If they could just not. Alright. I'm gonna go grab Techno. He's good with the nerd stuff.
I mean, okay. There's no rush that old Coot stays there for. I think he might genuinely live in the chair that he sits in.
Yeah. Alright. And then, I'm gonna take my information and go out towards, my garage.
Alright. As you get closer, you can immediately hear the sounds of some sort of music. I will wait to have it described.
I'm gonna say it's like a techno rock sort of thing.
Cool techno rock.
Invented the term.
He's gonna kill him.
Do you bring your bike over with you?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you go in, and as it's become custom for you, you shiftily look over your shoulders and type in your password, and the rattly gate starts to slowly open, music getting louder, and we see Techno doing...
Synthesizing music.
Synthesizing music. How... describe to me, since this is a place that the two of you have separately kind of carved out for yourself, we'll say. It's a garage. It's meant for storing vehicles, but you've appropriated a good portion of it into just being like a secondary living quarters. So describe to me how you guys have set up this space.
I imagine we just kind of split it down the middle.
Right down the middle?
Yeah. There's like, there's, you know, the normal garage area, and that's got all the, like, the mechanical parts and stuff, and where I store my bike.
Yeah.
And then there's like kind of a wall that has a door that leads into the living area, but you can also enter the living area through like another door from the outside. Then like Nate's stuff is like in the back, with like, you know, just like a mattress on a mattress, and there's stuff all over the place. A lot of weapons and explosives and stuff, and just mechanical gear just lying around everywhere. And she has her room in the back because she usually just goes in through the garage. You can get around the back, and Techno could usually come in and just get into his room from the outside. And I imagine it is split down the middle, but there's like a lot of clash. It's like where salt water meets fresh water, and just mixes a bunch. And so there's like...
Well, the thing is, Techno wouldn't have a lot, so he'd just be like, whatever, I guess.
More,
Yeah.
There's more of the room is dedicated to Nade's garbage than it is to...
We said in the beginning that, oh yeah, we'll split it half and half.
Yeah.
And then slowly just more and more of Nate's stuff just creeped in.
Yeah.
Most of Techno's stuff is all augmented reality stuff, so...
Yeah, it's like...
He fucking is in the metaverse.
So I imagine you're like in a decker chair or whatever, hooked up to something with wires all over the place, and you're sitting there synthesizing music in VR.
He's playing Beat Saber.
There's also like in the window that separates the like mechanic area from the room area. There's like windows too, so you can see in either way.
Nice.
There's also speakers everywhere, so even in like the shop and everything, the music's playing everywhere.
Yeah. I got that 9.6. I don't even know what to call it. Full surround sound, even from below.
Big style surround sound.
Sound is 100% 16 times the detail.
You've heard of Atmos. Now we've got it from fucking below. You put it in the floor.
Oh,
All right.
4D quantum
Quantum.
sound.
Okay.
That sounds real is the thing.
Would you say you're aware enough to notice Nade coming in, or are you too into the music, man?
Honestly, I'm a little split on that.
Yeah. Roll for it.
Yeah, I could roll for that. Let's do it. Roll for big
Roll notice 2d6.
Yeah.
Okay, what is my notice?
If it's not trained, -2. If it is trained,
Well, I need to check that. I don't know what my stats are.
First roll. And it's to see if you notice your friend walking in.
Why is it?
If you don't,
Let me lose
he
it
gets
again.
Nothing happens.
he gets grabbed in the shadows and
try
pulled
to check
into a foot again.
Natural one, it fades out of existence.
Nade ceases to
I'm gonna
exist.
check
Thanos snaps out of him.
one of
Hey,
the
Tech-
things I'm gonna be revamping.
0. Okay.
This is the rough draft, so
Yeah.
Okay, so what do I roll?
2d6.
2d6. And then I add 0.
You add what stat? Wisdom.
Yeah.
Wisdom bonus. You can add that.
Would that be my modifier? Or?
Yeah, your modifier.
Okay, yeah, I don't have a modifier. 6.
Alright, you match with the DC of it, so... I will say, yeah, you do notice, but you notice more so out of you purposefully going like, Nate should be back around now, and then looking up, not because of anything Nate did. Yeah. You come in. You're still jacked in.
Yeah.
Techno!
Yes.
Well, you a drink. And then there's, Grimy Gary?
Unfortunately.
Yeah, the old one.
Yeah. As opposed to the new one.
Oh, yeah, there's 2. Apparently the fucker has, like, money or something and wants to hire people.
Fascinating.
It's either killing or working in a mine. And you know I'm good at exactly one of those things.
This is true.
So, I was gonna head over and maybe you can make sense of what the dude was saying.
Very well, I will come with you.
Also, we're gonna get a drink.
Sounds good to me.
Alright. What's the bar I usually go to?
The tub was where Grimy Gary was.
No, my bar.
The bars. Let me bring up the bars real quick. The tub, Wild Willie's Wet Whistle, the bar, or Da Bar, which is like an orc-run bar.
It's like orc themed, right?
Yeah. It's like
It's like Chinese restaurants. Chinese.
Yeah, the majority of the staff there is
Orc.
orc. It's the only place where you'd be able to get the stuff. But they've got other things there. It's a more rough and tumble kind of place.
Do
But
they have orchard cookies?
no.
Shut the fuck up.
All in favor to vote on to kill Techno? Say aye.
Install virus.
Listen, I can do it too.
Pseudo apt virus.
So yeah, all 3 of those places are places that you know that are like
Beer.
I would say you like being in the bar, but nobody else does. So whenever you are gonna like go out drinking with anyone, you just go to the tub.
Right. Me and Techno are gonna swing by the tub and get a quick drink or something to take on the road.
All right.
People can make a lot of weird voice like clips with us. The tub.
The dub.
Let's meet in the tub, guys.
Okay. The tub is a used to be an old. Well, it used to be an old, but not that long ago was probably like a fight pit that has been turned into a bar. So you have a bar at the bottom, like in the pit area, and then there's tables and games and other things and
I imagine there's still like
in the Coliseum-esque stands that surround it.
I imagine there's still like some amount of a fight pit.
Yeah, probably. Anytime anybody wants to fight or whatever, there's like spikes on the walls. People have died here.
Yeah, Nate's been the cause of some of them.
Yeah.
It's all good fun.
Yeah.
It's all good. Fly, get out of here.
As you come in, the first person that you see is Axel is down at the bar. But doing a quick survey of the room, because you're here for other reasons as well, there's like a far off corner that nobody sits by because there's a weird old man over there. And that weird old man is Gary. And then another classic that maybe you don't spend a lot of time talking to him, but Fish definitely spends a lot of time talking to him, is Strings. who is a like spindly, like insect-like pilot, ex-pilot that hangs out at the top all the time, and he's sitting alone, seemingly more fidgety than normal.
Alright. I'm just gonna go up to the bartender. I'm gonna look back at Techno and go, what do you want? What
would Techno drink?
Yeah, what was the drinks again?
So the common drinks, Bitter Bite, which is something that Nate you drink pretty often. The juice, drink, which is like your.
Man,
it is an alcoholic beverage of some sort.
I feel like I'm on a DoorDash menu.
Yeah. Slug Guts, which is like a little bit more of like a solid than it is liquid.
I see.
It's like a jello-y...
The boba tea of alcohol.
Like a jello-y, porridge-y kind of thing. Bloody Shiv, which is kind of like... I say it's like a Bloody Mary, but it's not really like a Bloody Mary because like, tomatoes don't really... There aren't tomatoes here. But it's a similar kind of like, hey, let's take this alcohol and then this weird thing and just shove them together. And it's very red. Galactic Wine, which is like an Aldi brand, like generic, this is liquor that you get from a store somewhere. And the tub doesn't have it, but if you were at the bar, you could also get the stuff. Although, Techno, you would not get that because it would kill you.
Yeah.
What if I want to die?
I mean, be my guest, man.
Maybe I will.
Alright, fine, do it. Coward.
Nate's going over and she'd probably have like a flask, right?
Yeah. You've got stuff.
I'm gonna say he's gonna get a bloody shiv.
Alright.
Yeah. Nate gets her flask filled up with Bitter Bite.
Okay.
How much is this?
The two drinks together are about 1 credit.
Okay.
There's cheap stuff that you guys will be able to like purchase for stuff that's like lower than the value of a single credit. So that stuff I'm not gonna sweat you guys on those kinds of purchases. But this 2 drinks is just barely about getting to that. So drinks for all 4 of you usually cost about 2 credits.
Okay. Yeah, Nate pays for it. And it's like, alright, let's go.
Okay. Where are you going?
We're going
To Gary,
mine.
I assume.
To Gary?
Yeah.
Alright. Gary immediately sees you guys. Well, you think he sees you guys because his eyes do point in 2 different directions.
Ricky.
He's thin, wiry, looks like he could stab you at any moment. Like
I'm just imagining like an old crazy prospector.
he's an old crazy prospector
like the
with
dude
like
from-
some mechanical bits and
The
stuff.
dude
on
from
him.
Gravity Falls.
He's got some mechanical bits on him, and he's got strung hanging off of his neck at least like 4 data pads that are just like hanging there. He's not drinking anything. He's just sitting at the table, kind of like doing that annoying thing where he's just like tapping the table really fast or whatever. And the minute that he sees you 2 walk up, he like reels back and is like, "What do you want from me?"
Which Gary is this?
This is old grimy Gary.
Is old Gravity Gary. Okay.
Yes. This is the guy you're looking for.
Oh.
The OG.
Yeah.
Alright. What the fuck is with the post-it note you left with Colt?
Post-it note? I didn't leave no post-it note.
Well,
He
the
didn't even post it,
information,
though. He ranted at him for like 4 hours.
the information was on the post-it note. Like, what job do you need?
Job. Yes, a job. I've got a job. I've got a job for you too, right now. I'll pay you in credits.
I mean, that sounds good as long as it's not working in a mine.
Oh, well. You'll be working in a mine,
Well,
but you won't be mining. It's too dangerous.
okay. We're going good places.
He like stands up and like kind of shifts the table, almost knocking it over. If you two weren't standing on the other side, it'd probably knock over. And he starts to like scooch his way like closer to you. He's very dirty. Like everyone here is very dirty.
But
If that is normal, he is very dirty.
He's more dirt now than man.
Some say. You see, and he reaches over and a shaky hand like touches your elbow, and he like points towards like the wall, and is like, out there, among the dunes, me, Gary, I have a mine, and it's mine.
With 450 credits in it? Yeah?
No, I have 450 credits in me. The mine has much more.
Alright.
I don't think I want those credits anymore.
It is a rare plasma rock mine. You don't know what this is?
Yeah.
Do I know what this is?
No.
Okay.
You've never heard of this before.
Right.
Very volatile, very explosive. You need hands that are still... His hand shakes uncontrollably.
Like an android.
Maybe. Why? Who's asking?
No one. Forget about it. Anyway, what's in the mine that you need not in the mine or alive?
Men! Ruffians! Hooligans! Gang members. They came in. I was there, not sleeping, definitely working hard, because Gary works hard.
As you're known to do.
Yes! Indeed! And multiple vehicles came upon my person. And men came out and said that I had to leave or else I would be mutilated and pulled inside out. As someone who has had experience with this before, I would not do it again.
Right.
They said they were called iron bats. I've never heard of them before. They didn't look like bats. Also, what is a bat?
Do I know this group?
Yeah, like, out of the, like, dozens of gangs that are here, Iron Bats are, like, the...
Iron Bats rule!
Yeah, they're like Babby's first gang. Like, they're super easy to get into, and they treat you like fodder, and, like, you kind of just... You join them to say you're in a gang, and to maybe get a jacket or a patch, or to have the right to, like, paint it on something, and then you kind of just do whatever you want.
Nate's gonna sigh.
This is just
pretty
for my
fucking,
resume.
Nate's gonna sigh pretty fucking heavily and
Pull a
go.
patch off of her sleeve.
Yeah,
Now,
you've dealt
you're-
with them before. You've also killed quite a few of them before.
Now, when you say 450 credits, you're not lying to me, are you?
I resent that. Gary doesn't lie. I'm turning to Dobby.
Yo, hold on, why do you sound like Dobby though?
I want to check and see if
Harry
he's lying to me.
Potter!
Alright.
Well, I know that he lies.
he's a
He's
big
obviously
hell.
a fucking liar, but I want to know if he's lying to me about
Dobby also
450
very
credits.
dirty.
Okay. Alright.
How do I do that?
It should be 2d6, right? Plus...
Plus... Hawk?
I would say you could use talk, notice, maybe connect even.
What does connect even find?
Connect is about your connections with people.
Okay.
How will you connect with them?
Yeah, you could use connect or talk. I'd say,
Okay.
for this.
I'm trained in talk, I think, because there's a 0 near talk.
Okay.
So I roll 2?
Yes, and then add
And is there a modifier? Which modifier? Wisdom?
your... Yeah, this would definitely be wisdom, because...
Another 0.
Yeah,
Nice.
I feel that. That's what I just
Well,
did.
it's holy shit. 11.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. First off, it's very obvious, it's very evident that this man has not been pulled inside out before, ever.
Yeah.
And it is very evident that, yes, this man is a liar. But, taking a really close look at who this guy is, the type of stuff that he has on him, somehow he was able to get ownership of a mine. He's got to have money on him. He's got to have some amount of money. He's got 4 data pads hanging off of his neck. It's not like he's completely destitute. And in your gut, you think he's probably good for it.
Alright. Now, Gary.
Yes, I am Gary.
You know good business.
He switches eyes, which one's looking at you.
You know good business when you hear it, right? You're a good businessman.
Yes, this has been said about Gary that he is a great
The
businessman.
best
That's how...
businessman on the planet.
Right, don't push your luck. Alright?
Right. So, I'll go do this.
Yes?
I'll get that mine. And I'm even going to do you a favor.
Oh?
I'm going to practice extreme, the most extreme self-restraint and not blow up everything in the mine, because you know how I like to do that.
I don't know who you are.
Alright, that's
But
what
I
like to hear.
believe you. I believe that you would blow up the mine. Please, for the love of everything that I hold dear, which is mainly the mine, don't explode the mine.
And I will not, but in exchange for such great self-restraint,
This feels like blackmail.
don't just give me the day. Don't tell anybody else, specifically other bounty hunters, about this.
Oh, we
Well-
already told other people.
Well, I did go to the sheriff and tell him, can you please put up a bounty?
Yeah, now I got the bounty from the sheriff. Just don't talk about it for today anymore, okay?
My lips are sealed.
Great. Alright.
As he's saying sealed, he slowly turns his head in such a way that the eye that's not looking at you turns and looks towards Techno.
Oh, God.
Alright.
You want my statistics?
Well, they are only bats, so I'll probably be back in time for happy hour.
Yes, and he spits in his hand and holds it out to you.
Hey, Techno, you usually close contracts, right?
Not always.
Nate just reaches into her duster and pulls out like a glove and puts it on and spits on the glove and shakes his head.
Someone who also practices good hygiene.
And then, like, while shaking his head, she slips the glove off and goes, "That's a gift."
Thank you.
And she leaves.
Now, where's my table? As you walk away, you haven't even taken a drink of your... what did you order again?
Bitter bite.
Yeah, you haven't even taken a drink of your bitter bite. You feel a little buzzed just being around the guy. Maybe it's just a headache. Regardless. Before you leave, Gary gives you some more information about the amount of people that he saw there. Which, there's... Like, you're pretty confident you could take out, like, a little gaggle of iron bats, but this seems to be like, okay, they're taking over the mine, and Gary mentions how he sat out in the desert for like 3 days watching them, and like multiple have shown up. It'd be enough that you would say it might be time to get a team together.
Yeah. Techno, you're better with schedules and shit than I am. What day is it?
What day is it?
They don't have a day of the week really or anything like that. But you would Haggard
I have
guess.
an internal clock.
Yeah, you'd Haggard guess. It's like Thursday.
It's Thursday.
Okay. Is Fish working? Are they both working right now?
They don't have times of the week. How does scheduling work?
They figure it out.
Okay.
Think about the type of people that are here.
All
We're
right.
gonna rob this bank when it feels like the vibe is right.
Literally.
Come to work when I call you.
What I mean by like that is like in the same way that this place doesn't really have a name, it's different places would refer to different days.
That is
different
confusing as fuck, though.
things. Yeah.
I mean, with a planet, it's like, well, that's a name for a planet. Okay, I guess, whatever.
It's also because I didn't really want to think of alien solar
That's fair.
rotations and such. So yeah,
Hey, you guys free Snoz Day?
Ew.
I don't know what that is, but I'm gonna say yes.
Ew. Anyway,
Alright.
Yeah, Techno, both. So, Fish is working, and probably within like the next hour or so, we'll be getting off of work, or getting off of her shift. Willis doesn't have like a set schedule as far as how he works, but he usually spends the majority of the day. Once the star goes down, he'll usually go back to the actual home that you all have.
Can I call those two?
Call them? Yeah, you can call them.
I call them both.
Okay.
Techno, you get Ace. Willis. You get Ratman.
All right. Who are you
I'm
calling?
I'm attempting to call
Fish.
Fish.
So I'm at work, right?
Yes, you are currently standing on the other side of a kiosk, watching people not interact with you, walk up, interact with the kiosk in front of you, fail to interact with the kiosk in front of you, then get upset, you having to do it for them, and generally, your day, like most other days, has been miserable. Your ingenious plan to slowly siphon credits from people as they hand them to you has not been fortuitous as of yet. But as you're sitting there, you get a call.
What's the company policy on answering calls while at work?
Well, you're not supposed to.
Is there anyone watching me?
No,
Is anyone going to notice if I answer this call?
not really.
And I'm going to answer the call.
Okay. All right, you call and
Hello, this is Fish.
Immediately, like as she say hello, this is. Hey, where are you right now?
At work.
Yeah, fuck that. You
like 3
pissed off?
gunshots ring out in the background.
Are you pissed off yet? That wasn't me.
Yes.
All right, cool. You want to shoot some people, or do the weird magic thing that you like to do?
Sure.
All right, cool. Like fake death or something at work. Meet me at the garage.
As you say this, you look up, and just on the other side of the kiosk is some old lady. The time is ripe.
I don't have to fake one.
How much longer do I have on my shift?
You've got like an hour or so left.
What do I have to do to not get in trouble for leaving?
Probably lie and say that there's something important going on.
Who do I have to tell? Do I have a supervisor?
Your supervisor isn't here right now, because as most supervisors usually do, they're there for like a couple minutes and then they go and take their, in quotes, lunch, and you haven't seen him for the past like 4 hours.
So he wouldn't be back by the time my shift is over, right?
No, you don't imagine. The only other coworker here is currently in the security room asleep.
Okay, I will write a note that explains. I'm going to take the risk and say that I left like 5 minutes before my shift ended.
As you're writing the note, the old lady is like, I don't know how to work this.
It's broken.
Oh no! How will my grandkids get their money?
I'll sigh and I'll say, how much do you want to send?
Oh, 13 credits.
Okay, and where are you sending them to?
I don't remember.
Alright. Why don't you go back and get the information from your house and come back here, and I will leave a note here for my coworker when you get back that will... can I get your information? Your name?
Okay. She starts to like very slowly like type down her information. She's doing the thing where she holds the one finger up and leans in close and puts in her name. It's like Margaret or something. Something forgettable. She types in her information. You've never seen her before? You have a feeling that she probably got off a ship that was docked here when she wasn't supposed to, and they just left her.
Okay.
Doesn't really know where she is or anything like that. I'm imagining you...
I want to use telekinetic... my telekinetic mastery to jiggle, plug, or power source on the thing so that it shuts down.
Alright. It's pretty easy enough to do. Honestly, if you wanted to be less subtle about it, you could probably just do it with your foot. You successfully... This isn't anything for you. Not anymore.
Okay. I write down on the note Margaret and 13 credits to grandchildren. And I'll mark down the like as if there's a clock or something.
Yeah,
the time she came in, and set
right
that
now
next to my note.
Right now.
And then I will write out a third note that is the list of things that she needs to bring to the bank. I will hand it to her and say, if you'll bring this back with the rest of your information, whoever's here will handle it. All right?
Oh, thank you, young man.
No problem.
Turns around and walks away. Not towards the door, just kind of like towards another area of the bank.
All right. I will take one look around to make sure no one's watching, and I will leave.
All right. You exit. You're currently wearing your uniform.
Okay. I will. I assume. How far away is who's closer? Where I'm meeting Nade or my home?
Where you're meeting Nade is technically closer, but not by much.
Okay, so I'll, now that I'm free, run to
Okay.
get my stuff and get to Nate.
All right.
I'm just gonna do whatever's quickest to get my stuff. I don't have a lot of stuff. Just an outfit.
Most of your stuff is just like
I've substituted telekinesis for most of my functions in life. Like I don't use glasses. I just telekinetically hold water and liquids to drink.
sweet.
Weird flex, but okay.
If I can get away with using telekinesis for it, I do it.
All right. So Techno, you
Yes.
have gone to go and collect Willis.
Yes.
All right. It's pretty easy to find him because he is currently working at like the biggest building here.
Wow.
Again, not in height though, just in width.
It is the most important part.
It is the most important part. And you find a snake inside.
Oh,
There's a snake in my shop.
You enter to like almost like a small. I don't know if you've ever been to like a warehouse where you can purchase things before, but it's like
No.
there's only a small area of actual like seating, and there's the desk where you actually make purchases and the like, and there's a terminal for categorized stuff that's there, but there's a door that actually leads into the warehouse itself, which is like a classical fantasy dungeon made out of things.
Nice.
There's enough room. There's more than enough room for you to walk around in here. But before you even do any of that, a large mechanical dragon snake-like basilisk head meets you
Sick.
at the desk, and you know this as being Tessa. And she goes, "Oh, Techno, so good for you to come and visit me again."
Hello, Tessa. I'm afraid I'm actually here for Willis.
Oh, I should have known.
Not that I'm not glad to see you, however.
Oh, thank you. Flattery will get you everything. And one of the mechanical arms that are on the vertebrae-like body that she has spins over and rings a small bell, which is enough for Willis to. You're currently somewhere deep inside the pile of things with a plasma torch cutting bits of robot apart.
I just hear the bell, and I'm like,
Yeah, it's a very soft little ding.
Can I just ignore it for a minute?
Yeah.
"Hey, Tessa, what's up? Like, do I have communication with her?"
Yeah. That lovely.
If she has communication with her, why does she have to
well, she didn't
ding?
want to interrupt.
I mean,
And also, bells are fun, man.
Yeah.
fair enough.
It's true. I mean, Willis likes to play with bells sometimes too. But anyway,
Your friend is here. Techno. He's here to, I believe, speak with you.
okay, I'm in the middle of like cutting like half of this
Oh,
robot.
it's no rush. Take your time.
Okay, I'll be out there in a few minutes.
Oh, please, take
And
your
then you
time.
just hear.
He's such a nice young man.
Indeed. How are you today?
Oh, I'm doing fine. Nothing, well, I will say it was rather odd. Do you know that man Strings?
I am aware of him.
He came in here the other day. He asked me all sorts of questions about myself. He's never done it before. I assumed everyone in town knew about me. But I guess, not no bad time to learn, right?
Curious.
Yes, indeed, I thought so as well. Hopefully he doesn't have any nefarious ideas thinking about trying to steal anything. I will kill him.
Well, if there is any trouble, I'm always able to assist as well.
Oh, thank you. Do you want anything to eat? I mean,
Well, now
since
that you
you're
mention
here,
it.
Since you're here, oh, come over through the door. Come on, it's unlocked.
This is like a reverse vampire.
I mean,
Also,
she's offering food, man. Like, it could be cookies. Like, you could be walking into cookies.
Yeah.
Also, I ordered a little bit of Taco Bell.
Oh.
Like what, in game or?
Yeah.
Did you talk to Seth?
Yeah. Basically, while you're waiting, she like just tries to shovel food to you. It's stuff like some of it you're familiar with, like that's edible things that like human beings can eat.
That's
And other
it.
things you're like, I've never heard of that. It's moving.
I would be fascinated with it, though.
Yes.
Just like analyzing it.
She also offers you to like take some home. She wants to know like what you've been up to. How's your music doing?
I leave my
Has
latest
Nate been getting
mixtape.
into any trouble? The young fish girl, is she okay? Working at the bank is a dangerous job, so she's been told.
Fish can take care of herself.
I believe that. By this time you're here.
So, basically, when I'm after I get done cutting this, like, giant, like, wherever I'm cutting into, I get the pieces out. You don't hear it, but you hear a minor crash. Like, it's a huge warehouse.
Yeah.
And there's always stuff moving. But this in particular crashed and landed, like, it hit me a certain way. It landed on my tail.
Oh, okay.
And I was so you just hear like a loud squeak.
Oh, I hope he's okay.
And then
I can go back and check on him.
and then when she says that, he comes busting through the door, like not gently like pushes the door open.
Yeah.
But it's like, here's the thing you want to cut out.
Oh, thank you. One of the arms swings over real quick and takes it from you, and she starts to move in that mesmerizing, like, snake pattern that she has. Okay. That's Tyler. Okay. Tyler and Stephanie. Moves in sort of like a mesmerizing snake pattern, and continues to go about her day. She tells you, "Oh, if you need to go with your friends on some adventure, by all means." Okay, so Tessa has given you permission to
Okay.
go about your day.
Before I'll think you. I'll let you know for sure if I have to leave in the next little bit.
How dare you say this? Fuck you.
So, Willis will look over at Techno and is like, give me 1 sec. She's out of the room, right? She's like,
yeah. She's moved on into the
I scream by the sheer pain of the tail I have. How do you adapt?
Are you okay?
I hold up my tail.
There's a little bit of blood.
Just a flesh wound.
Sir, you do not have an appendage like this. It's very sensitive. Anyway, what brings you in?
Making some assumptions about his anatomy there.
Yeah.
Oh
God. Nate and I have accepted a job for Grimy Gary. Yes.
No, not Grimy Gary. Old Grimy
Old
Gary.
Grimy Gary. I'm sorry, new Grimy Gary.
That's grimiest Gary.
Anyway,
I'm almost afraid to ask, but what?
we could use help. His mind has been overrun with ruffians, I understand.
Whoa. He has a mind?
Apparently, and he also has money. He's paying us.
How much?
What was it, 540?
No,
450?
it was 480.
480? Whatever.
You said 450, and
That's
you
why I
didn't
said
bring it up.
That's a lot of credits to be slamming down, especially on the What are we getting rid of?
I told you, ruffians.
What kind of ruffians?
What are the Iron Bat?
Iron Bats.
Yeah, the Iron Bats. They're a bunch of
Yeah.
nobodies.
Nate has the details.
I mean, I was there.
There's
Yeah.
it's not so much the danger of them as much as it is just there's a large volume of them, and they've got vehicles and the like, and they seem to be setting up a type of fortress for themselves.
Wow.
Out of this mine that of material you've never heard of, that according to Gary is extremely explosive.
Nate wants some.
Of course he does.
Alright, are we going to the job right now, or do I have time to go back to my place to get stuff?
You'll probably have time.
Alright, I'm gonna go back to my place to get some stuff. We'll let Tessa know that I'm quitting early.
Well, she already does.
Well, I'm being proper here.
Okay, alright.
So I ring her up on the intercom that we have. Hey Tessa, I'm gonna go ahead and leave early for the day. I hope that's alright.
Oh, that's okay, dear. By all means. Oh, check the fridge. I made you a lunch bag in there.
Thanks, Tessa. I would totally grab that. I literally, as soon as she mentions it, I bolt to the fridge and just grab it. Does it have the wiggly stuff in it?
What?
Does it have the wiggly stuff, like a live stuff still in it?
Probably not.
I like it when it's fresh.
There are robotic pieces in there.
Ooh, these. Nice. So, grab the
Stealing
bag.
from work?
It's a stay-at-home project I'm working on, okay?
Alright.
Alright. So, where are we meeting at after we...
Garage. Oh, you asked the gay character.
Yeah.
Sure.
We're meeting at the garage.
Alright, I'll meet you there.
Very well.
Alright.
Yeah. Nate absolutely meant to call Ace. So she's like done with her call with Fish.
You've been sitting there for like a little while now. And
yeah. Nate just like,
oh, I was supposed to call.
Nate turns around and is like, alright, so Nate, what I was thinking is we should... Where the fuck did he go? So she's like in the garage by herself, like priming explosives and stuff like that.
Okay. Fish is the first one to show up.
Hey, Fish.
Hello.
You want to hold this tube while I put this highly volatile substance inside of it?
I will use my telekinetic master. Absolutely perfectly.
Cool. That's a cool thing. I do it.
All right. You're currently in the process of making a pipe bomb.
Yes. So yeah, it's like there's some shitty fucking mine full of magic space rock. Gary said it was explosive. I don't know if I believe anything he
Old
says.
Grimy Gary, or Grimiest Gary?
Old Grimy
Regular
Gary.
Gary.
Old Grimy Gary. Now, he says there's iron bats. I could fucking kill all of them, eyes closed. But there's supposed to be a lot of them. So, I figure, how about a few experienced guns, huh? It'll be fun. It'll be fun. It's like a family outing. And I just point nails into it now. So, main objectives, kill everyone there, probably. Get some stuff for my own explosives. And then get paid as 450 credits, 480 credits. I figure everybody could take a cut of 100 and I'll just put the 80 towards equipment.
Well, I don't need equipment.
Well, yeah, but I need to maintain some shit, so
Is it for
everybody
a
gets
bar tab?
100. If that
There's
sounds
an idea.
fair.
80 credit bar tab.
Listen,
Hey, we're gonna be here a while.
we've already been
It
here a
was
while.
2 credits for a round
It
for
can
all
also-
4 of you.
It can
We're
also
gonna be
put,
here for a while.
It can also be put towards shit like, cool ship stuff.
Yeah,
Well, I do have an account for that.
How much is in the account?
How much do I manage to get into my account?
I'm gonna say
I will say I have absolutely no skills trained that would benefit this at all.
yeah. I'm gonna say I'm just trying to
So
think of
anything I would have
time frame
attempted
here.
would be at a detriment. I should have taken a job doing just regular manual labor because I actually can do that. I've been trying and failing.
But you have a curse of being stuck with dead-end jobs that you hate. I'd say you've just passed the 1,000 credit mark.
Okay.
Of like saved up, because you don't spend on anything really apart from just like basic living expenses, like food, the place, the little hole that you sleep in, and like maintaining your clothes and stuff, like basic maintenance stuff. So almost all of the money you've made in the time that you guys have been here has just gone straight towards when you get your ship, what you're going to do with it.
Yeah. The ship repair fund is at 1,000.
Damn. That's a lot more than I thought. I thought it'd be like, I don't know, I usually get up to 500 and then buy some real fun shit.
Usually get to like 500 and then spend it all on like a rocket and a half.
Yeah.
And then use said rocket.
Yeah.
And then save the other half for when you get next time and just glue them together.
Yeah, it's a perfectly sliced in half rocket. That you just
you just buy it piecemeal.
Yeah. Build your own rocket.
I say most ship fittings start at 5K.
Alright, so 80 for party funds, 100 for personal everybody. If that sounds good. I know you're like an accountant or something, so you gotta know this stuff good. Why the fuck are you an accountant?
I feel like it's a better way to get a hold of money. Accountants use money, right?
One day there'll be a perfect opportunity for you to steal money.
So wait.
Just hasn't presented itself yet.
The whole purpose of going... Wait, hold on. I didn't even ask this ever. This is just the first time I'm getting into this. You just wanted money?
Yes.
Well, why didn't you just go kill people?
Because that draws attention. And if I started killing people, there would immediately be bounties and people looking for whoever's killing all these people.
But this time, Techno, you have shown up.
And that's the thing, though. That's the secret. If you kill people that have the bounties, they give you awards for it in the form of money.
Well, yeah, but I don't know. It seems, from Fish's perspective, banks should have a lot more money than you would get paid for
bounty hunting.
Bounty hunting, yeah.
Is that accurate? Or has Fish seen anything to lean into that being accurate?
It's more like, well, you have an actual steady job where you get paid consistently, whereas Nade gets paid more generally, but it can fluctuate depending on the types of jobs. I would say, from when you guys were initially here, Fish probably thought the bank. This is where the money is.
I'm fishing for a huge payout.
Yeah, but over time, you've come to realize that the real money is in robbing the bank.
Hey,
no, that was my plan.
That was your plan initially.
Welcome back.
You don't have to say welcome back.
It's just a habit to say it, though, we'll be honest.
Hey, you're back.
Welcome back out.
Yeah, now I'm back again.
Alright, hold on. What did I say? What were we talking about last time?
You fucked it up!
They were...
Please leave all of that in.
All of them were talking about...
Right. Techno just showed up.
Yeah.
I haven't gotten there
You
yet.
guys were RPing.
Yeah. Alright, so anyway, I filled in with the shitty little sand, too, and screwed the top of the bomb, and I'm like, alright, we're all good. Well, at least I'm all good. I don't know. Did you all prepare before coming here?
You notice the rat isn't there.
Where's the rat?
Well, speaking of which, what are you doing?
I went home to grab my stuff.
Okay.
See, I'm in there. I'm just wearing my basic robes that are like,
You've got a
desert
little hat on. Unless you took that off
I
after
took-
at work.
No, I went home first.
Oh, you went home first.
Took off my uniform,
Gotcha.
put on my wrappings and robes, and I have brought nothing with me.
Sweet.
Willis stopped by the house.
Oh, okay. Fish, do you need a gun?
No.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yes.
in the time you guys have been on the planet, Fish is...
I've transcended physical materials. I don't need it anymore.
That's kind of... Everyone needs a gun.
Fish has been dipping into the
Man,
juice a
this
bit
is some
much.
mad character development. Fish went from I need a weapon, I need a weapon, I need a weapon. Why would I need a weapon? What am I, a scrub?
I always have a weapon, and I will commit one effort to use telekinetic armory to form 4 guns, one in each of my hands.
Yo, that's fucking kick-ass.
Sadly, haven't had that much practice with them.
That's like fucking huge style right there.
Okay. Willis,
Yes,
did you get all your stuff?
I did. Yeah, basically, as soon as like Fish did her imaginary gun thing, I'm like walking.
Imaginary.
Okay.
It's like in an
The
old
power
video game.
specifically says that I can choose whether or not the telekinetic weapons are visible.
I'm just imagining
Really just fingers out.
Guns of the Patriots.
I'm imagining just like the old video games when like the render distance hasn't loaded in the guns yet. It's like as you get closer, all of a sudden the psychic guns are there.
Like, oh, Fish is using her
They're
power.
not as imaginary as I thought. Alright, you got your drone.
Yeah, and I walk in, I greet Techno, I greet Fish, I look at Nate.
There happened.
Eh.
I'm gonna hold up a bottle of Bitter Bite, and I'm just gonna be like, do either of you want any?
Pass for now.
I only drink.
The drink's not... Ugh. I'll put it back in my bag. Roll my eyes. Alright, so... We got mine. Explosive shit in the mine. Allegedly. We got iron bats in the mine. Also alleged. Do you know what iron bats are?
Who are you asking?
Everyone.
You know I
I mean,
know.
they're everywhere.
Yes.
Okay, good.
We deal with robberies from them like twice a day.
Yeah.
So you know that they're not really that threatening.
Yeah, no.
But they're setting up shop at the mine, allegedly. And Gary allegedly has money for us.
See, that's the part that has me worried the most. Is
What's with the accent?
I don't know why I did the accent, but I did it.
That's the part that's got me worried the most.
He
I
got
don't know
some
what the
bitter.
fuck that
He got the drink.
Yeah.
Nah, I got the Galaxy wine, please.
Well, there you go.
Oh, what a fucking
What do
loser.
I know?
Anyway, no, why are we trusting Gary? I mean, I get it,
Look,
but at the same time, why are we trusting him again?
there's a few factors. One, I gave him 1 silver, and he seemed to be telling the truth, which
I trust him,
is
guys.
wild. I rolled an 11.
What the fuck is that supposed to mean?
2,
That's not how the
Two.
force works.
I want some of the explosive shit in the mine. Assuming that it's explosive, but
Contrary to his outward appearance, if he has a mine, that suggests he has some form of money.
yeah,
or debt.
something's in the mine, and I want it. So that's good. And 3, there's no fucking jobs, and I want to kill some.
Okay, that last one sounds more like a you problem than an us problem.
Yeah,
I
But
do have
I'm
a
willing to
question.
help.
yes.
Why are you making explosives in a mine that's going to be explosive?
Yeah.
Aren't you an expert in explosives?
Yeah. And, like, if I send an explosive
Yep.
in a... Look, it can only multiply the effectiveness of my explosive weapons.
I guess that's correct.
Willis is already thinking about how bad this is gonna go if she throws a grenade in there. It just collapses the whole.
Now remember, Nate,
besides-
you promised restraint.
Yeah, I did, didn't I? But if you've seen some of my other work,
Real quick. When Techno mentions the fact that Nate promised restraint, Willis loses it. He's like,
you just like whatever you're holding in your hands, you just throw it.
no.
Yes, I quite agree.
Oh,
Just
okay.
loses it. Like he's like rolling on the floor.
Yeah, when
By the way, the
Trips
garage
on
is
his own
still
tail.
open
Yes.
to like the
He
street
doesn't
and
even care
everything.
about
So like
anymore.
passersby are just kind of like walking by and looking at all of this.
yeah,
You
when
see a
they
rat like dying on the floor.
Yeah.
also when
Regular Tuesday.
Willis is rolling around on the floor.
There's a
Nate is currently in the process of making a pipe bomb while talking.
yeah.
And,
Still doing finger
and you've
guns
got
every
finger
direction.
guns.
You're doing gun kata with finger
And I
guns.
imagine you're just standing still.
And she's gonna be like, alright, so if you see my previous
I imagine probably, but wouldn't it really be funny if I got inspired and started synthesizing some...
Yeah.
so,
You're watching fish like do finger gun poses and you're like, yes.
And then he
This
starts,
is so metal!
he starts recording by like laughing squeaks just to be used.
Yeah.
so as of late, I've been using explosives less, if you can believe that. Because,
Is that true?
well, yeah.
Yeah.
Mr.
Because,
DM.
because on the ship, we had literal psycho murder psychic people trying to eat us. And I wanted to blow them up. And blow
Is that what they were trying to do?
But
Close
also,
enough.
but also, punching shit's real good. Like, you get in there and you just, ugh. So
I don't know how to feel about that.
So I made myself some gauntlets, and
The
now,
orc in Nate is really coming out.
now I punch shit as much as I explode shit, and sometimes shit explodes when I punch it.
Man, this
and
is
that's
fucking
just
Fist of
even
the North
better.
Star.
Sometimes shit explodes when you have Taco Bell. too.
And also, I have a gun, so
Don't have a gun.
if shit gets real boring, I
That's
guess
the
I could
best.
use it.
That is the best way to end any list. Period. And also, I have a gun.
Yeah.
Alright, so we're gonna go in there. I'm gonna tell the bats to get the fuck out of there. They're hopefully not gonna listen to me, and I'll kill them all. And then we get paid 480 credits.
Alright.
Can I offer maybe a small suggestion? Can you at least try to keep one of... I know this is going to be hard. I know. It's gonna be really hard for you to do this. But can you try to keep one of them alive so we can, question why they decided to take over the mine?
Why do we need to question why they did take
Yeah,
over the line?
we're not getting paid for
They're
that.
loser gang members. I mean, why do they do anything?
I mean, if you want to do that with your share of the bodies, you can.
That's of the bodies.
It sounds like a forest.
That is a very
Honestly.
dubious sentence.
I'm just gonna go all wild in there.
Not gonna lie, most sentences that have been said for this entire session
has
have
been a
been
wild
very
session.
dubious.
Look, I'm already pissed off. There's a fucker that ran out into the goddamn sand earlier today, so I'm just a little bit pissed off.
Why?
Because it got in my boots and it hurts when I run.
I look at my sandals.
I look at my paws. Don't have that problem.
They don't fit my aesthetic.
What, sandals and paws?
Yeah, they don't. I need, like, cool person
Need to upgrade
leather
your
boots.
style then.
I have big style.
That is true.
Alright, so I guess let's just go fuck them up. Do you guys have vehicles?
As you stand in the garage that only has a hover bike with a sidecar.
Is there like an Uber?
Space Uber.
No.
Uber.
I'll say this. You can carry an extra person, like, on the actual bike. Like, you rode in with a body.
Yeah.
So all four of you could fit on the bike. It'd probably look a little crowded, but, like, Willis,
I imagine it'd feel a little crowded.
yeah, Willis, you don't take up that much space.
I know.
So,
I mean, I have a little cart, but we can't really take it outside city
Yeah.
limits.
Alright, here's how we're doing this then. Fish, you're on back. Techno, you're normal, and I guess Ratman sit on Techno's lap.
You're normal.
You're the only one.
I'm normal.
Hi, now you're the normal one.
We found the normal one. Get in.
Man, if I'm the normal one, then this is concerning.
Alright.
And apparently, I'm being treated as like a dog/cat if you play your lap, so that's fun.
Let's go.
Okay. So, all of you get on your one bike and sidecar and head out. It's a little awkward on the actual hard surface, but once you actually get onto the sand and the blade goes down into the sand, it actually kind of smooths out a little bit because the speed hydroplanes you enough. It's not a big deal. But you set course for where Gary told you to go.
On the trip, I attempt to see the eternity if I can figure if it's out somewhere in the sky.
It's probably up there somewhere.
Yeah.
You look up logging.
Man, it feels like they're taking an eternity.
Okay.
Roll credits.
Someone roll me a d10.
I got it.
There's no bonuses or anything, just gonna need a flat d10 roll.
8.
8.
I grab one, pops on the ground, and eats the carter.
And hopefully they try to rob us so that we could take another speeder.
As you're driving on the horizon, there's a thing out there. You notice it at first,
Quinn.
but getting closer, you can spot that there's some figure just kind of standing out in the desert. Well, maybe not standing, but walking out in the desert. A lone figure.
Towards or away from town.
It's a bit too far to judge from here, what direction they're going, but there's definitely a person of some such out there.
How deep is the sand, usually?
It varies, depending on where you're at, but it's not advised to just walk out into the desert like this. So seeing some he's probably if he's walking how he's walking, he's probably almost knee high into the sand. But at any minute you could just step into something and get completely sucked down into it. It's very it's difficult to find areas that are really solid to stand on out in the middle of the desert.
Is he out of the way?
He seems to be kind of wrapped in something not too dissimilar to what Fish is wearing. You can see from the distance that you're at that he has some amount of flappage.
Is he?
That's a sentence.
Is he out of my way? Do I have to go all the way?
You wouldn't need to go out of your way or anything like that. He's not standing directly in front of you, but he is ahead. You can see.
Okay. Just gonna keep going, and when I get to him, see what's up as I get closer.
Okay. As you get closer, you can see it's some form of humanoid, heavily wrapped in sandy clothes, and he has some sort of mechanical stick that's sort of vibrating. It's like a walking stick almost, and he's kind of sticking it into the sand in front of him and slowly moving up to where the stick is. And as soon as he sees you, he waves an arm as if to usher you close.
I get close, but out of range of the stick. Alright, as far as I judge that to be,
Alright.
down I go. Hey, fuck are you doing?
He pulls down the facial coverings of it, and while humanoid, the best way to describe him is he's kind of like a gray alien is, tall, relative 6 foot, but he has that sort of very smooth, large-eyed kind of. He doesn't look all that different from Fish. only 2 arms, and willing to show their mouth.
Scandalous.
Yeah, I know. And he's got big goggles on over his big black eyes. And he says that his name is... hi. My name's Joan Scumba.
Cool.
Fish will do a double take.
Will's cleans the cookout. Like, see, like, I could have a gear stuck in my ear. Hold on. What?
So what are you doing?
Perhaps I should run a self-diagnostic.
Oh, well,
Same.
well, I'm, as you can see, having a lovely walk out in the desert. I would love
I love sand.
to not die, but that's why I'm out here. It's to not die. With this here stick that I've got. And he gestures towards this mechanical device that kind of vibrates its way through the sand. He goes, you see, the way that this thing works here is it shifts itself through the sand, and I can see what's in front of me, see if I can walk there or not. It's ingenious, I tell you.
Fascinating.
Hey, you folks wouldn't happen to know where the town is, would ya?
I think the opposite direction in which you're heading.
Yeah, I just point in the direction of the town.
I feel like we all, like, just point.
Simultaneously just point.
Oh, wow. Silly me. Of course I'd be, figures I'd be walking in the wrong direction, well, I can see you're kind of full up there. You wouldn't happen to be able to let me hitch a ride, would ya?
Is there any way we can even fit him on here?
Probably not.
Do you have a gun?
Oh, yeah, I got the gun. And he shows you on his, he's got some relatively simplistic, you would assume it has some form of like laser or whatever to it, but who knows? It doesn't look, it looks locally manufactured.
Oh. Well, that was a little bit of a surprise, I'll be honest.
Well, you can't be too careful out here,
I mean, I guess. You probably don't
I'm
want to
surprised that it's local. Everything seems like it's made in China.
Oh, I don't know what that is, but you know what? I'll take your word for it.
Struggling. Pull it out and shoot you.
Alright. I'm gonna be real. Probably can't fit you on. Probably don't wanna...
I totally understand. I'm just out here. I'm testing this thing for my boss, just kind of hoping I don't die out here.
Yeah.
As are we all.
Yeah, that's a lot of people say that. It's a saying that I've heard.
I believe it.
Don't get eaten by sandworms.
Huh?
Said don't.
There are sandworms? What?
Don't get eaten by sandworms.
He kind of like nervously looks around and is like, "Yeah, I'll try and do that. You sure you can't fit one more?"
I mean, we're going towards an active gunfight, so. Well, what's about to be
With
an active
sandworms or
Sandworms.
I mean, no. There's no sandworms.
Oh, that's good. I for a second there I thought the sandworms had guns. That would have been no.
I have two questions.
I have several.
Are there sandworms? And are they capable of wielding guns?
Yes, not yet.
They haven't evolved yet.
Right. Well, I'm going. I'll tell you what. I can't really fit you up onto this, but if you want to get a piece of cardboard or something and grab onto it and try to slide along with us, you could do that. And then if you give up, just let go.
Just let go.
Wow.
Tell you what. How about I just stand right here, and on your way back, you can pick me up.
Hopefully we
I'll
don't
just
forget.
stand right here and wait.
Oh,
Well, I mean, we're still going to have the same amount of people.
It's going to be
with
that
us.
episode of Futurama
Well,
with
I
the
might
dog.
find another speeder or vehicle.
That's true.
Oh, yeah, that's nicer than what I was thinking about saying. I was thinking, well, I mean,
Oh.
you might not have everybody. I'm just saying. You know, I don't want to be all gloom and doom and everything, but if you're going towards an active gunfight, you know, people die during those.
Yeah, those are usually other people. Anyway,
I mean, you're not wrong, and it wouldn't be a horrible assumption to make.
Yeah, but, you know, that's kind of a morbid thing to bring up to somebody you just met.
is this like a paying job, by the way?
Is what?
Like-
My job?
No, would you like pay us to bring you back?
I mean, I guess I could. Are you robbing me right now?
No.
Not really.
Yes.
I mean, in
Oh.
my eyes, that was a question.
Oh,
If
well,
I was
no.
robbing you, there'd
Hey.
be a gun
Hey.
in your face.
I totally understand. I just, you know, I like to know the lay of the land. Haha, as he wiggles the stick. But I like to know the lay of the land, you know, for situations. Sometimes I don't. Let's get off the topic. You know what? If you pick me up, yeah, sure, I'll pay you. I'll
Cool
I'll
beans.
see what I got.
All right,
All right.
Chow, don't get eaten. I toss him the pipe bomb I made, and I speed off.
All right,
what you didn't know is you actually activated.
Bye. All right.
Oh, what happened here?
Wow, there's really nothing left. I think you went a little overboard with the pipe ball on this one.
Well, there'd be stuff left. There'd be bits.
I don't know, man. The sandworms, man, that carnivorous little buggers.
Oh, I thought you meant me blowing him up with the pipe bomb.
No, I meant that, and you said there'd be bits. I'm like, no, there wouldn't. Sandworms.
I mean, metallic bits from the bomb.
All right.
The sandworm eats them too!
I need another D10 roll.
I'll do it.
Somebody different. Yeah.
I like rolling, though.
I like the math rocks, yes!
like rolling.
Pretty sure that's a 9.
9?
How are you pretty sure?
All
Well,
right.
it's a 6 or a 9.
Okay. Let me wait a second here because this Tom should be in the room for this.
Uh-oh.
It should.
Well, everyone should be in the room for this.
You freaking E.T. flies us over a canyon.
It's
He
Fish.
could. He technically could.
It's Fish's supervisor. He's out here playing golf.
Sand golf. Snolf.
Salt.
No.
Snolf.
Okay, so after continuing to drive for a while, you pass by a few signs in the desert. More like just the tops of signs.
I'm doing that.
So somebody give me a notice.
Alright. 2d6, right?
I have
Yeah.
a +1 in notice.
I have a 0 notice, which I think is.
I don't feel like checking mine.
I'll do it. That's 11.
Okay.
New dice are lucky.
That's twice tonight you've done 11.
That
Yeah.
was 2 5s +1.
Okay.
Okay. You notice something about one of these signs. Like most of the sign is covered in sand, like it's like about half the sign, but you do notice a symbol that you've seen quite often as you go past the sign. Symbol for high explosives.
Nice.
Does anybody want to just make a no? Actually, no. Well, since you know, give me a no check.
You know. Oh, I'm not trained. I'm not trained at knowing things. That's a 3.
Alright. You don't know
You don't
what
know.
it means, but you just passed a sign. Alright.
High explosive sign.
You would think that, of all people, Nade would know.
Nade would know. But let's just say your instincts haven't kicked in with it yet.
Or yet, like, has other things in our mind, like trying to maintain a vehicle with 4 people on it that's supposed to have what you do.
And murder.
Alright.
Do I have to start a new campaign?
No. Definitely hit one.
Yikes.
Let me see if you can not get thrown off of this thing. Where is it?
Get thrown into more mines.
Pilot check. Whoever's driving, which I assume is Nade, give me a pilot check.
I'm somehow not trained in this either.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to kick ass and drink. And I'm all out of the drink. Oh, 7.
7? Okay. Alright, an explosion goes off as you have just hit a mine.
Nice.
Alright. Damage here.
I drive past it. Hey, that was a high explosive set, and then it explodes.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, wait a minute.
Wait a second.
As much as you didn't know what it meant, so much as that you didn't know what it meant fast enough.
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
Wait a minute.
Who are you?
Okay, so...
Did you privilege your Pittsburgh, man?
Does 13 beat anyone's AC? Right here. Where is AC?
Yeah, how do I find that out?
Tom, hail.
My security armor is AC 14.
Okay. So you...
That's your armor plus your dexterity.
Okay.
Okay, so...
Nate, you're unharmed.
What is the standard AC if you don't have much armor on? Or the lightest armor possible?
If you have no armor, or armor that doesn't have any bonus, it's a 10
Plus dexterity.
plus your dexterity bonus.
Do I get any sort of bonus for being an android or no?
Alright, that's nice to do.
That would be in your racial stuff
I
and stuff on your
don't
races.
have any
I don't think that's
armor,
right.
so it's going to be this one with dexterity. So
So that's a
be
10.
11? Okay.
That probably is.
Yeah. Chris, what'd you say?
10.
10. Okay. Tom?
20.
20? Okay, you're fine. You guys are thrown off the bike. Okay, not too bad. Just 2 damage. So, Chris and Jesse.
Alright.
But yeah, you guys are tossed off the speeder bike, and you have now landed in a minefield.
What the fuck? I told you to use a seatbelt in the sidecar, damn it. No, that was a joke.
Oh yeah, I just realized that both of you guys are in the sidecar.
Yeah.
No, that was a joke. I'm coming back to get you. Where's a stick that vibrates when you need one?
What is this session?
Anyway.
This is you guys trying to get to a location.
Okay, obviously shaking off the last little bit.
Mhm.
How far away are we from the bike?
Not too far away.
Okay.
Like maybe 20 feet.
Can I summon out my drone?
Okay.
And I want it to...
It like detaches from the backpack and
I have a backpack.
flies out.
It comes off my backpack and it just like starts floating around. It has a VI on it, so it's it says greetings. Willis. Yeah. And I give it the simple command to basically go and check the bike to see if there's any major damages.
Okay. It flies over to the bike, and from what you can tell, not only from the camera but also from the small diagnostic scan that the drone gives, the bike doesn't seem all that harmed. But there are bits of the mine around that might be worth checking out.
Yeah, after I assess the damage to that, I'm going to turn the attention to the bits of the mine.
Okay. So, give me a...
So 2d6.
Yep.
That's going to be 6.
6? Okay. Well, it doesn't seem all that large. Like, the actual mine doesn't seem all that large. Which... you can probably assume that these aren't like dangerous, like super dangerous mines. There's just probably a lot of them.
Okay.
I will call out. Well, I'll ask Willis, is the bike still functional?
Bike is still functional, and it looks like these explosives, while not exactly completely immediately eviscerating death, they don't do much damage, but they will. There's probably a lot of them.
All right. I'm going to use my kinetic traversal ability, which will allow me to run across the top of the surface of the sand without sinking into it.
Okay.
And run over to the bike and hop onto it, and see if I can start it back up and pilot it over.
Okay. Yeah, it's an easy enough thing for you to do. You've got +2 to your pilot, right?
Yes.
Okay. It's an easy enough thing for you to do. You pilot back over to the group. You guys are able to get back on, but you're still... Your options basically are you could either try and backtrack and try and go around, or brave it on ahead.
Well,
I knew I should have got that mine detector attachment.
Should have.
I was just gonna tape a shovel to the front of it.
Or if you guys can figure out a way to maybe detonate the mines ahead of you.
Oh, I always have plans to detonate explosives.
I'm always ready to detonate.
So Willis is thinking. He then looks at Fish. He's like, Fish, can you use your powers to maybe trigger the mine somehow? Like using your abilities to either move the sand to hit him a certain way?
Let me see. Technically, if we were to slowly work our way through, I could push the sand out of the way, and we could search around for the mines, but it would take quite a while, because my powers are more focused on, immediate, my immediate surroundings,
Gotcha.
Yeah, so...
Sadly, can't do a force lift of all the rocks.
I was more not thinking of that. I was more thinking, hitting the ground and just shaking it, because judging by how these are, they're probably vibrational, so they'll be triggered. Oh, goodness. Willis is, grabbing his temples. He's like, I'm gonna hate asking this. Nade!
Yeah.
You have extra grenades.
Who do you think you're talking to?
You always have at least one explosive on your person. Of some kind, even if it's a firework.
That's a conservative number.
Yeah.
Usually it's more like 3+.
Yeah.
I will say throwing explosives into fucking sand is boring as fuck. I was gonna suggest just going around it, back, or Fish do some crazy kickflip tricks over the mines or something.
Yeah, you could attempt to pilot your way through the mines.
I mean, I wouldn't be opposed to trying to pilot my way through.
Right, can we brace ourselves to maybe make it less likely for us to get knocked off?
How do you do so?
I attach I bear hug Techno.
I attach myself to the system.
You take like you got the backpack strap thing.
Yep.
You just like run it through like
That's
some
a
of Techno's
seatbelt.
equipment and just like attach yourself to his back.
Exactly, it's a seatbelt, it's fine.
Alright. Techno, how do you secure yourself?
I hold on really tight.
Cut food
Good
grip,
enough for
baby.
me.
Cut food grip.
Yeah, Nate, you brought up the seatbelt thing, but about now you start to remember, oh yeah, back when I got the sidecar, I was like, who needs seatbelts? And then you
Yeah.
rip them out.
The seatbelt, the
That's
seatbelt
such a
thing
Nate
was
thing.
the seatbelt thing is 1,000% a joke. Nate would have been like, I tore that out a while ago. I used it like a bandana.
Yeah.
Nate would just hold on with her like thighs and legs, and then just grip Fish and try to hold her down as well.
Okay. Alright. Fish. Give me a pilot check.
I don't know if this is really the same as piloting. I guess
You
a
don't
flight
think
simulator.
feel.
So the first thing you notice when you grab fish is that your hands can't get within more than like 3 inches from fish. And it's like I'm wearing armor that you can't see.
That's weird. If I had armor, I'd show
That
it
right
off.
there. That's weird. That is this entire session.
Yeah.
Alright, I'm going to make up my piloting check. That's going to be a 14.
Alright.
16. That's a 16, sorry.
With a not seen before level of grace and speed, the fish just starts to take off in a direction, seemingly at random, bobbing and weaving through the sections that you're not quite sure if fish knows where the mines are, or is just kind of guessing, or maybe there aren't any mines at all.
The
And-
real mines were the friends we made along
Yeah.
the way.
Wow.
The one we left for dead.
I would say I'm making every attempt to use the hydroplaning to keep us above where the mines would be.
And there are several times where you hit like the top of a dune and go out of the sand to like skip over sections and the like. Within a matter of minutes, you are almost certain that you are outside of wherever this minefield was. On the way passing by, you do pass by, sticking mostly in the sand, but a little bit of sticking out of the sand, is some very large ship that most likely these mines came from. You don't recognize anything about it. Could have been from anywhere from like years and years and years ago.
Yo, that shit might have explosives and stuff on it.
It doesn't look like the type of ship that you. It doesn't look like it's in the type of condition where you could like really salvage it. At least not with what you guys have.
No, that attitude.
Maybe if we come
Yeah, I
back.
like that. I like that attitude right there. That's a real champion's. You know,
It's a very
You just haven't met
Travis thing to
mechanic.
say.
true.
Right, maybe later. We got stuff to kill.
All right. Within the next hour or so, you guys pull up to an area where Bike's the first one to notice it, where the automatic sensor of hard ground pulls the blade up, giving a slight shock to Fish, who was thoroughly enjoying being behind the wheel. But it kind of there's a slight shift in how you're tethered to the ground, yeah, you guys are on a small plateau overlooking what seems to be a valley, and The most notable thing being down at the bottom of the valley is some form of cave that has barricades and palisades and the like built around the outside of it. There's obviously signs of large activity of the Iron Bats doing something here. This is odd. You've never seen them. Well, first off, it's rare for anyone to ever like really try and do big operations like this outside of town, let alone this far away. But in seemingly such a nondescript, not advantageous spot, like, this isn't a good hideout. They're technically in a poor position, which is why they're putting so much work into defending it, or getting defenses up. And also, the Iron Bats don't do this. They're not organized like this usually. But as all of you are sitting at the top of the plateau here, I'll say you've got maybe 2 hours before the sun goes down. Or the sun goes down. And we're going to end it there. So next time, you guys will venture in.
And kill everything we see.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right.
Thank you guys for listening. This has been Action Economy Eternity.
Yay!
Yay!
Season 2!
Season 2.
Yay! Are we doing any Syrinscape stuff with this?
Mhm.
All right. Thank you, Syrinscape.
Yeah. Thank you for the
For all
bings
them.
and booms.
Yep, all them noises. Thank you guys for putting up with me.
Yeah. We put up with a
You're
lot.
welcome.
Yeah. Tell your friends about the podcast. You can listen to us on Google, Spotify,
Facebook,
YouTube,
yeah.
anywhere
I
you
believe
can
that's
listen to podcasts apart from Apple.
Yes.
Um,
Because fuck Apple.
Yep. And
Damn straight.
Have a good night.
Don't tell me what to do.